Hello world, and welcome to Right On. Coming up, escalating stakes, stack the odds. Book 3 of my fantasy series features an impossible mission, while escalating stakes stack the odds against my protagonists. Over and over, this is how stories grip us. The consequence of each failure escalates the stakes for the main character. Whether it's an heroic underdog or a tragic fall, the nature of the stakes make it matter. We're told by writing coaches the world over of crucial elements in a successful story. There must be personal stakes for the protagonist. Failure must carry meaningful consequences. The stakes must escalate over the course of the story. There's usually an initial story premise, a problem for the protagonist to overcome. Then, as the story unfolds, each stage and each try-fail cycle adds to the stakes, worsening the consequences and bringing failure ever closer. Examine any novel with a solid structure, and you find plot points and turning points that escalate those stakes over the course of the story. A grand staircase. In Pride and Prejudice, the initial problem is the long-born covenant. The estate can only pass to a male heir. The Bennets have 5 unmarried daughters. Lizzie and her sisters must find eligible husbands to save the family from ruin. Jane's attachment to Bingley is thwarted by Darcy, as is Lizzie's attachment to Wickham. Marriage to the odious Mr. Collins is a fate worse than death. Darcy's badly framed proposal comes as an insult. As each opportunity goes up in smoke, the Bennets' prospects decline. Ruin looks likely when Lydia elopes with Wickham. Darcy's rescue happens offstage after he leaves Netherfield. The opposition of Lady Catherine presents one final obstacle. Austen escalates the stakes with each failed opportunity. As readers, we identify with the Bennet girls. The tension rises, and the chances of a happy ending recede. It makes the eventual outcome all the more satisfying. Everybody loves an underdog. A genre parade. I could equally summarize the rising stakes in each volume of The Lord of the Rings. The series is a fantasy adventure classic and has all the story beats required of the genre. It has macro and micro level stakes. While Aragorn, Gandalf and company try to hold off the armies of darkness, 2 hobbits fight to survive and destroy the One Ring. They don't call it Mount Doom for nothing. Doomed from the start. The plot for my impossible mission begins and ends with the premise: no plan survives contact with the enemy. Jo and her crew believe they have the skills and the competence to pull this off. Until reality bites. Each encounter threatens to tear down the whole enterprise. Jo quickly realizes there are too many wild cards. It's too late to back out. There is no escape from the Viper's Nest. There's a sense of foreboding that hangs over the whole plan. A stairway to hell. This isn't some precision-engineered, Alistair MacLean thriller where the hyper-competent protagonist outwits every antagonistic force with unerring foresight. Jo is hamstrung from the beginning. Her second sight is unreliable, her temperament volatile. She keeps secrets from her crew. Jo makes misjudgments and mistakes. She brings less competent and untrusted characters into the conspiracy. Every step along the path of good intentions threatens to open a portal straight to hell. I intended to list the crunch points in the novel. Then I counted them. All 32 of them. That's laughably over the top. Varla even complains at one point, "Is there anyone in this city who doesn't know what we're about?" Every encounter in some way increases the odds of discovery, capture, and death. There's not a scene in it that doesn't remind us of the stakes or actively raises the temperature. Any one of them might bring Jo's downfall. And those are just the failure points on the page. If I add all the other possible fails, Jo's chances become vanishingly small. She resists all calls to quit because there is no alternative, no matter how high the escalating stakes stack the odds against her. Thanks for stopping by. You can like and subscribe to the channel, or go to robincatling.com.